It's finally time. Love Hurts back in the OCW arena, and tonight I'm going to make a statement when I tear apart that dapper doofus Chase Aarons. And don't worry, because I'll be watching your match really closely. Joey's not going to win that title, no way.
Yeah, he's not going to, because I got this, man.
Well, yeah, because if something happens, I'm going to be there to get your back.
You don't know, I'm not going to go out there and help you beat Chase. You don't need my help.
No, I don't.
So I don't need your help with Joey.
Okay.
I asked for this match. I can beat Joey.
Right.
This has been a long time. Do you know what today is? Have you looked at the calendar?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Today is day number 700 of my Ohio Heritage title reign. 700!
It's a lot of days.
Nobody in OCW, period, has had a championship as long as I have.
It's almost 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, I know I beat you and Joey's tag title record to become the longest reigning champion.
Yeah, we're still the longest reigning tag title. It doesn't matter.
But
I'm
it
him
does
anyway, because he's not going to win that. And if you want me to stay out of it, that's fine. I'll stay out of it.
Thank you.
I'm going to watch, though.
On the back, in the
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Yes. Stay back there.
All right, fine.
Welcome to Love Hurts here at the OCW Arena. Michael McCormick and Ripper Blackheart. And you see Chase Aarons. He's in for a pretty interesting night.
I'll tell you what, this dork is in for the beating of his life, McCormick.
Is there anyone that you like?
I like the guy that's coming out next.
He's a very angry young man.
You know what? Juice Jennings has a history of beating up nerds.
From the Hall of Fame city, Canton, Ohio, Agent Orange, Juice Jennings.
Doesn't appear that he's got a lot of friends.
Well, I have it on good authority that Juice Jennings has not paid for his own milk or lunch since elementary school.
Because he's been stealing it.
He's been beating nerds up for their milk money and lunch money. And tonight's not going to be any different. We're going to after party. I'm sure Juice needs some beer money.
How much money is he taking from you?
Me and Juice are on good terms right now.
It's just one of a handful of big matches. Of course, you saw Juice Jennings, and I guess his only friend right now, Jimmy Shane, the 700-day Ohio Heritage Champion. He's got a big match coming up tonight as well.
When you've got a friend like Jimmy Shane, like the Ohio Heritage Champion, 700 days, how many other friends do you need, McCormick?
Both those guys, no stranger to long title reigns. Juice himself has been a champ a lot of places. And those two have found a lot of parties to crash over the years. Because they're not invited to a lot. I wouldn't want either one of those guys at my party.
Don't worry, they never crash your party.
See Chase Aarons there, getting ready as he's made his mark the last couple of shows here in OCW.
Yeah, I loved him in Family Matters.
He said that the last show, and I fact-checked that. That's not a real thing. He was not actually a part of that show.
Really?
Yeah.
He wasn't the guy that went, did I do that?
He's only 24 years old. He wasn't even alive when that was running.
Well, he could have been like Webster. What's that kid's name that didn't look like he ever aged?
Gary Coleman?
No, the other one.
Anyways, so you see the trendsetter in Chase Aarons. Much more popular here in the OCW arena.
Because there's a bunch of nerds and dorks in the crowd.
If you had a Twitter, I would give it out right now and say, send your hate there.
But I don't.
Juice has got one, and I bet it gets a lot of hate mail with this.
I don't understand why they're booing Juice. He's one of the bricks of the foundation of this promotion. This Chase kid, he's a new guy. He's a flash in the pan. He's the flavor of the month.
6 foot, 175. He's got good athleticism, and he's really the kind of guys that give Juice problems because he doesn't really think anything of it. He takes him lightly.
That was very athletic how he got thrown to the mat there.
Well, we'll see. That's just the opening. So go lock up in the center of the ring, and as you would expect, the bigger man in Juice comes up, I guess you would say, on the right end of it. You would say that. It's a little bit different, though. Juice has had that attitude change in the last year or so where he used to follow up on moves. Now he's kind of, hey, look at me. And you look at him as he gets slapped around.
Now he's a vet, and he knows they'll come to him. He doesn't have to go chasing after anybody. They'll come to him. He'll lull them in. He'll put them right where he wants them.
Well, right now he's not right where he wants to be as Aarons is in charge. Shot off into the corner. Juice. Ooh. That'll rearrange the dental features. Right up into the corner.
And so will that.
Well, that one didn't hurt Juice as much. It seemed a little worse to wear too. As Aarons, there's the athleticism right up over top. It says, come on, Juice. And a beautiful arm drag sends down Juice Jennings. And there's the string of moves you're used to seeing Chase Aarons.
And here's something Juice wouldn't have done in the past. Juice would have just stayed in there. Now he's smart. He knows he needs to take a breather, so he's gone outside the ring. He's putting his game plan back together, taking a breath, getting what he needs.
Well, both these guys trained in 2011, so it's not like they're all that far apart in terms of what they know. There's some very good trainers that have put their stamp on these guys, but Juice doesn't seem to want to be a part of this match right now. He needs a timeout.
It's mind games, buddy. It's mind games. Juice knows what he's doing.
It's taking a long time as he's getting close to being counted out.
He's got a 10 count, and I guarantee you Juice Jennings is going to use every single second of that.
He needs to worry more about Chase Aarons in the ring and less about what these people here tonight think of him.
I can guarantee you Juice Jennings does not care what these people think of him.
Look at him. He thinks he's so smart.
Oh, what a cowardly
drop kick right into.
What a coward. That's like shooting
row.
a guy in the back. That's exactly what that's like.
He should have paid attention.
Because he knows if he face-to-face with Juice Jennings, this dork doesn't have a chance.
Well, it wasn't face-to-face, but it was forearm-to-face. And that was pretty effective for Chase Aarons. And Juice, he's talked about being a veteran now. Tried to fight his way right back in control. Had it for a second at least, and the referee has...
Oh, they're in the crowd.
Apparently lost all shades of control of this match. Guys in the back just trying to sell some merchandise, and people in the back rows are now getting a front row seat.
And kudos to the ref for following him out there and not just staying in the ring and counting like he should. You know.
It's at the referee's discretion of exactly what he decides to do. He decided, hey, this is too big of an opening match here at Love Hurts to count out or disqualify either one of these guys.
Big? Under Juice Jennings, but what about Chase Aarons makes this match big?
I would say that big boot to the face, the puddle you see on the floor is Juice Jennings. It's a big opportunity for a guy like Chase Aarons to show that he belongs here in OCW with the young guys. And in Juice's case, the more established guys. It's a unique way to keep...
Oh! And the barricade goes down.
Wow. So, that blue heap you see is Chase Aarons. The official making sure maybe he doesn't have a concussion.
But he was very athletic when he did it. His head very athletically hit the barricade.
They turned the lights on, but I'm not sure that they're home for Chase Aarons right now. And it's that Juice Jennings. Talk about his thought process that's changed, but he was always a smart young man, but now he's able to...
Now he's got a mean streak.
Channel that into, I don't care what happens to my opponent.
He's got a mean streak, and a mean streak is also going to put him on a winning streak, I guarantee it.
Something in him's just different.
He's not a boy anymore. He's a man.
He's been a tag team champion and a singles champion over the years now, trying to prove, hey, I've heard him say, I want to get back to the top. You guys won't let me have my shot. You put on a dominating performance here against a guy like Chase Aarons, I believe you'd be on your way. What happens? What happens if the OCW selection committee decides, all right, we think a lot of you. We'll give you a chance. Take on Jimmy Shane.
You don't think Juice Jennings deserves a title shot at the OCW championship?
I'm not on the committee. Aaron's with a full head of steam and back elbow from Juice. Oh, come on. Who's he blowing kisses to?
Some lucky fan.
Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and...
Oh, that referee was totally out of position, McCormick. Totally.
I think that's the point that Juice Jennings is trying to argue.
That should have been a 3 count. This match should be over.
Now he's got to just capitalize on that. And, that's one thing Juice so smart about. Not making a mistake. Following up and just going, well, last one didn't work out. Let's just go again. And running
now,
Bulldog out of the corner.
Yeah, now any punishment that Chase feels now, any pain, anything that may end his career is all because of that referee now.
We'll see how that goes. Juice, maybe now just you couple this, the lack of oxygen, with, being thrown headfirst off the barrier. The barrier really didn't give all that much. It ends up falling down. That's because Chase Aarons knocked it over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chase Aarons thinks he's in a handicap match right now because he sees 2 of Juice.
I can't even dispute that. There's a good chance that that's probably true. Now back into the corner, goes to the big splash.
Little homage to the Stinger, if you will.
Gave him a shout out. It worked the first time. Let's see if it works again. A full head of steam and Juice. Used the referee.
The great equalizer, my friend.
And down goes Aarons. Juice hooked the leg this time around. And he pulled off at 2.
Do you see that kid? Look at the inner strength he must have to kick out of that.
Stop it.
He must really want the victory tonight.
We'll see if this costs Juice. He had this match won. Now he says, well, I don't want to win that way. I want to win with the ankle lock. He's got it right where he needs to, right in the center of the ring, despite the fact that he's got a long, lanky opponent who can reach right out there. This is vintage Juice Jennings. You know he's been around a while, and he's won a lot of moves that way, but not this time around. A nice move by Aarons.
But has the damage been done, McCormick? Can Chase Aarons mount an offense?
Well, that answer looked like yes. At least for one move. Now he's taking his time as he's getting back up to the top, and Juice kind of on wobbly legs. And Aarons, double knee right to the face. And down goes Juice. Aarons got this. Really, it's like a third win at this point. 1, 2. And now it's Juice in a reversal from about 60 seconds ago, where he was in charge and could have ended the match. Trying to figure out, hey, what have I got to do to put this kid away?
That's right, because Juice kicked out because he has the heart of a champion.
Juice looks shocked that he kicked out. Aarons back in charge. He wants to put a stop to the torment that Juice has caused him. Really full head of steam, and around we go. Big DDT! Down goes Juice, but I think Aarons landed awkwardly as well. Now he goes for the cover, hooks leg. 1, 2. Only a 2 count.
Here's the difference between Juice and Chase. Chase kicks out of desperation. Juice is kicking out of instinct.
See if Chase can do it one more time. You got to believe that would put an end to it. He's got everyone here tonight behind him.
It's like a Mexican jumping bean in there.
Full head of steam. See if we can get a DDT. No! Wow!
Look at that lariat. Stan Hansen would have been proud of that.
Stan Hansen just happy he's not feeling that. Juice reaches over with a cover and still just a 2 count. You go back, think about 3 or 4 minutes ago now. Juice had a chance to win this one. He chose not to. He's put himself in a position where he's almost lost twice. You gotta believe if he can hit this a second time or anything from up here, that this might come to an end here pretty quick. Both men just battling it out on the top and a headbutt. I don't know that Juice knows where he is. Did a smart thing. Rolled all the way across the ring. Didn't let Aarons build on it. Now he's... Oh! Wow. The strength and the timing of Juice Jennings with that overhead suplex.
I'm pretty sure the Chase Kid is dead.
And he bounced off into the corner.
His body twitched afterwards. That's not a good sign.
No, now Juice up to the second rope. Some wobbly legs as well. Says, I'm done with this kid. Ooh. Knees right to the face of Juice Jennings. And I guess kind of a cross body. 1, 2, and Chase Aarons got the 3. So Juice's best laid plans go to waste.
But this kid knows what's good for him. He will get out of town. Not just out of the building, out of town.
Say what you want. Juice could have had it won. He didn't. Chase Aarons capitalized, and he's walking out as a winner. Something a little different here tonight. The trial by combat for the ladies. Laura Lovelace and Miss Hannah here in our second match. And something that OCW is known for. You look around WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor. It doesn't matter where you look. Japan as well. There are a ton of ladies who have come through OCW that you would see their name and just go, wow, I could have seen her in Ohio Championship Wrestling way back when.
Yes, and Miss Lovelace here, if you caught her little promo she put out there on the internet before coming tonight, apparently she's been kicked out of a lot of promotions for using too many air quotes. I didn't know there was such a thing. I have no idea. What?
I don't even know what to do with that.
What did he say?
It's Miss Hannah.
What did he say?
I gotta be honest with you, I'm not really sure what he said.
I think he might be drunk.
We do have fine beverages here at the OCW Arena. I don't know that we have anything like that, but the crowd seems much more receptive here in the first time around to Miss Hannah.
That's because this crowd is anti-ginger, and that's not right.
How do you I don't know why I ask these things. How do you even know that?
I just know. Just look at them. You can tell. They're gingerphobes. Every last one of them.
What's that based on? So the slap of the handshake, I guess it's not really important. Miss Hannah's trying twice. This is what you should do. You should be able to just reach out and shake her hand.
She gave her 5. All right.
Give her a little bit of grief after that, too.
That's right, because she didn't give her 5 back. That's the rule. You give someone 5, they give you a back.
So we'll see here how this one goes. These two ladies trying to make an impression on the powers that be here in OCW. Side headlock working early for Laura Lovelace. She calls herself the one and only.
Well, do you know another?
Laura Lovelace? No, I don't.
Well, there you go.
I wish I didn't know one Ripper Blackheart.
You're welcome.
Miss Hannah now with the reversal. Official checking on both. This is
Oh, look at that.
a different way to get out of that.
I knew I liked this chick.
Again, talked about it in the last match with Chase Aarons, but athleticism on display here early on. Miss Hannah can really, she's got the acrobatics working. Right back to the side headlock to slow it down. Lovelace shot off the ropes and cartwheel clothesline.
There's no cartwheels in wrestling.
There clearly are. She just did one.
See, it's stuff like that gives women wrestling a bad name.
I know a guy in Cincinnati that shares your thoughts on that. Whole different thing, though. Out to the outside. Last time we saw somebody do that, it didn't. It
looks like
work out that well.
She tried a baseball slide there. McCormick and Lovelace would have nothing to do with it.
I think, much like Willie Mays, she came up just a bit short. Now, right back. I guess if you're going to use the rope to choke her out one way, you do it the other way. Right on top of it, Laura Lovelace being admonished by the official. What?
It's hot.
She's just sitting on it. What?
She just needs a break.
What's going on?
It ain't her fault. Dumb Miss Hannah leaning on the ropes.
She's illegally used the ropes now 3 times to try and choke out her opponent.
5 count.
The 5 count is not anything other than you being told you can't do that.
4 or 5 count.
It was short.
1 through 4.
I'd like to say clotheslines, but she's almost throwing punches right in the corner is Laura Lovelace. Now, nobody home, and Miss Hannah. Turnabout is fair play, I guess.
She's pulling her hair, though.
Wasn't sure what she was going to do when she started. Oh! Goes for the roll-up. 1, 2.
That was totally uncalled for.
All right. So now dropped her right on the face. That's 1, 2. And again.
Like she didn't break her nose.
Right on top. And you can't get the hands up. There's not really a lot else you can do except for just fall down. I'm choking her out right in the center of the ring. It's not all that long ago that Laura Lovelace was training, just a year ago, back in May. Of course, she learned a handful of tricks, it appears.
I think she was going for the back, but her knee dropped her knee right on the back of Lovelace's knee.
I guess that's one way to make sure that your opponent stays down. Sometimes the most effective offense is the one you weren't really trying to do.
Have you ever been hit in the back of the knee, McCormick?
I try to avoid that as much as humanly possible.
It totally sucks. And what she did, she drove her knee into it.
And the other part of that is the bone of your knee on the front. There's nowhere else for it to go.
Exactly.
Right straight down to the mat. So now is Hannah in control, swinging wildly. Goes for the cover. Only comes up with a 2 count.
And like you said, she was swinging wildly. If Miss Hannah would maintain some control here, slow her down the pace, maybe she could get the advantage.
Now thrown back into the corner in a call to gyration of Laura Lovelace is not endearing her to anyone here tonight, apparently.
I didn't mind it at all.
And the back handspring elbow right into the corner. This has changed so many times. That's an innovative version of a face drop. Goes for the cover, and that's all. Sometimes all you need is one quick thing to shock your opponent, and
good thing, 'cause it looks like Miss Hannah didn't have much more gas in the tank.
so that trial by combat match here in OCW, where we've always tried to find the best women in the independents, goes to Miss Hannah. Oh, hey, look, something nobody asked for. Ripper Blackheart appearance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first edition of Ripper's Ring right here at OCW. Tonight, our very first guest is a very special guest who's making a triumphant return here tonight. He's a hometown hero, Joey Rogers! Childhood best friend, no shame, Jimmy J!
There you see the 700-day Ohio Heritage Champion, the longest in that belt's storied history, and Jimmy Shane, who he's got his work cut out for him in the main event. The Piranha Joey Rogers, and you'll hear him and Ripper talk about it here.
Not only are you the champion, Jimmy, it's a very special night for you because it marks the anniversary of your very first professional wrestling match.
And it's more than that. Tonight is such a celebration. Because, yes, I'm the longest reigning Ohio Heritage Champion.
Look it up, it's a fact.
But you know what tonight is? It's not just the anniversary of my first match. Today is day 700.
700!
It should be a great night for me. It should be a celebration.
Yeah, just don't let you get your cake, you know.
But all they care about, all you people care about, is Joey Rogers. Let me give you a little history lesson. Right down the road, like 15 years ago, Joey Rogers and I sat in the front row, just like this kid right here, and we watched an OCW event. And we made a promise. We made a promise that one day we would stand in this ring as tag team partners. What happened, Ripper?
Joey went away and left you high and dry.
Joey started his career before me. He couldn't even wait for me. He went and started his career. And then 2011 is coming to an end. I'm about to debut in 2012. He starts tagging with Juice Jennings.
I remember that the Saturday Night Slam.
Yeah, but see, nobody else remembers the Saturday Night Slam Masters because everybody's talking about the party crashers. Anything Joey can do, I do better. Joey was Ohio Heritage Champion. I'm Were they here last month for me? Were they here at the Thanksgiving show for me? No. We're all here for Joey. All you care about is Joey, and it drives me crazy.
Well, it sounds like Jimmy's going to get his chance to voice his, let's say, displeasure with the Piranha Joey Rogers.
That's how it is, Joey. Get your facts straight, Brad. It's not that I couldn't wait for you. You talked about wrestling like it was a hobby, Jimmy. Jimmy, I didn't wake up at the crack of dawn, drive 7 hours here, lose a relationship, lose friends, alienate my family for a hobby. When we were that kid in the front row, I decided to make this my life. So sorry, I was more concerned about making it on Monday night than I was playing football in high school. Yeah, you're right. I went that route. But now look at me. You think that I do this for fun? You think it's funny games to me? Yeah, you got that right. I have fun doing this because I'm the most entertaining person in that locker room. And this entire building, I am the longest reigning Ohio Heritage Champion. That doesn't happen when it's a hobby. That doesn't happen when I'm driving 7 hours. And that doesn't happen when you're playing a hot dog on TV. Congratulations, Jimmy. You won 1 title. I've won 2 in this company. I've won gold in every state that I've wrestled in. If I listed my accomplishments, there wouldn't be enough time to beat the crap out of you and knock some sense into that thick skull. You wouldn't beat the crap out of me. Consider it tough love, brother. Well, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Let's do it right now. Actually, I'm not dressed. You're in your gear. I'm in jeans. That's not what a professional does. That's what somebody with it's a hobby does. And this isn't my hobby. This is my dream because I'm a winner. I'll see you in the main event where I belong. After tonight, he's no longer your Heritage Champion, I promise.
Okay, so statistically speaking, you would think I would have a 25% chance of winning a Fatal 4-Way with 4 people. But that would imply that we're all on the same level of talent, correct? So I would say that I actually have about a 99% chance of winning with the other 3 competitors making up the other 0.1. So there is a 99% chance that Jackson Argos is the next #1 contender to the OCW Championship.
All the way from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Jackson Argos.
So OCW needs a new #1 contender for the heavyweight title, and a man who's apparently not the greatest at math, and Jackson Argos has a 99% chance of winning. According to him.
That's because you're going by American math, not Canadian math. You're not taking in the fact with the exchange rate. He's dead on. He was absolutely right.
So there's a 99.1% chance that someone will win this match, according to Jackson Argos. 99% of that belongs to him.
He's my pick. Matter of fact, if Matt Taylor was smart, he'd just come out and just give him the belt right now.
I don't think that's true at all, actually. Matt Taylor has been a fine champion here and one of the best champions we've had in OCW, and you know he's going to defend it.
But Jackson is the pride of Canada.
You should all know what drill by now. When I have a microphone in my hand, shut your mouth.
Just wait, he'll tell you.
It's still in his hand. Shut up.
Seems like a pretty big boast for a guy who's got to get through 4 guys and then Matt Taylor.
Oh, come on. So far, it's not looking that hard. I wonder if Cody knows the name of his opponents this month. He's got a face only a mother could love, and she won't.
Wow.
You know, when he was younger, they sat him in the corner and slingshot his dinner to him.
Are you just reading from the book Blackheart?
These are facts.
Can I look them up anywhere?
Sure. Ask his parents.
It's another young man that's accomplished a lot here in OCW. And he's finally getting to the point where he's got a chance to earn himself an opportunity to take on Matt Taylor.
He would have a chance if Jackson wasn't involved in the match.
Well, apparently he's got a 1% chance. And here's a guy that Ripper absolutely loves, and Flying Ryan Burke. Say that knowing you're not really his biggest fan.
Or as I call him, Robbie Starr's other guy.
Let's see both.
Why isn't the Flying Stars? You never did answer me last time.
I didn't. I don't have an answer for that.
It sounds better. I'll tell you why. Because Robbie Starr, Robbie Superstar, had to be first.
That's just how it goes. He's the veteran here. He's the guy that's held the tag team titles a handful of times. He's the guy that held them the longest. What's in a name, truly?
I don't know. Who are you more intimidated by? The Star Flyers or the Road Warriors?
Speaking of Robbie Starr, he just happens to be the 4th combatant in this match.
How much you make a bet if it comes down to it? Robbie Starr will stab Ryan Burke right in the back.
I guess we'll have to see how that plays out, but it's interesting. The makeup of this, you have a 4-way. It comes down to 1 pinfall, and you look at it and you say, all right, it's kind of like a battle royal, which we've seen with partners here in OCW before. You're in it for the long haul until the end, and you want to be that guy. You want to be the guy that has a shot to dethrone Matt Taylor.
And I would say Robbie Starr is a fan favorite. I mean, not a fan favorite, but he is. Would be a favorite to win this match. Just experience alone. But he's not the young guy he once was. He's one of the older guys in the locker room now. And I don't think he's near as hungry as Jackson is. I think Jackson wants it more than anybody else in that ring right now.
So you're putting your money on Jackson to win this.
I tell you what, these fans chanting USA, I'm pretty sure not one of them can spell it.
You're still as horrible as always, bald or not. And you're right, though, if you look in one respect, if you look at the amount of matches, the amount of years that Robbie Starr has under his belt, You could probably almost combine the other three's experience and not have it come up equal. And that's a guy, you think he's not hungry. He looks like he is there as the one guy in the match in Jackson Argos. Looks like 1-on-3 for me.
Of course it is.
Run your mouth and you get dealt with by the other three guys. Probably the smartest thing that these three could have done. Start off and you increase your odds.
As if America does not have a big enough black eye as it is, this is how we treat visitors to our country.
I don't think that that's remotely factual, but moving on.
Cody Saviors, he's another young guy, but I just don't think he has the skill level of Argos.
Well, right now he's taking on both Star Flyers, and this is what I was talking about. The greatest thing you can do as a tag team is eliminate all of your competition and then just go one-on-one. And in that respect,
I guarantee you, if they eliminate the competition, like I said, Robbie Starr will stab right when he comes back. He will pull some tights. He will grab that rope.
Well, that remains to be seen, but
I've seen it
at least if you're those two guys, you know if you get to that point, it's just you and him.
Well, do you think Ryan Burke think it'll be a straight-up match coming down to the two of them? You think he trusts Robbie Starr that much?
Well, both of them just watched the other go for a pin attempt. Now Jackson Argos tries to go for a pin, and that's the dynamic of this tag team, that you win, I win, we win. Just not Jackson Argos. Kind of get the feeling for the members of the Star Flyers that it's as long as that guy doesn't win, we're cool either way. Double suplex. Since early when Jackson took all the abuse in this match, as he again tries to snake his way to a quick pinfall. He's thrown right back out of the ring, and Cody Saviors just taking the beating. The neckbreaker dropped right on the top of his head.
Like you said, Cody Saviors is in a handicap match at this point.
I mean, it's a four-way match, everybody for themselves, but
apparently not.
Smart wrestling if you're the Star Flyers. I know that this is an odd concept for you, but these two guys can put the thought process on the two of them ahead of their individuals. And they're going to... Oh!
I don't know if they were quite sure they knew what they was going to do with Cody Saviors there for a minute.
I think the worst part of that is if you're Cody Saviors, you have no idea where you're going to end up. And now it's broken down. Oh, you said Robbie Starr. See, it was Ryan Burke.
Good for Ryan Burke.
Went for the cover, looked at his man and said, hey, I want to be the champ. Robbie says, hey, I've been the champ. I want to go again. At least there's enough respect between the two of them for one another.
Yeah, respect goes out the window once the title's on the line, though.
You just saw that in the promo that you did with Jimmy Shane. That title match coming up in the main event is, that's a big one.
That's the first of many.
A tag team tournament match coming up as well, including the OCW champion Matt Taylor. Swing and a miss.
He's in the tag tournament tonight.
And he doesn't even have to worry about whichever one of the four of these guys come out with this win until after.
I don't know what happened there, but somebody probably got hurt.
It looked like an arm drag. It's at least what it started out as.
It looked like it about took Ryan Burke's shoulder out of socket.
Ended up more as a DDT. Burke now. Robbie went for a hip toss, but he gets caught in one himself. And just wait. Wait till the first time one of these two is knocked down and incapacitated if you don't see Jackson Argos try and come in there and get that pin. Robbie's got to look at his tag team partner like, all right, kid, you got me the first couple times. Let's go again. Oh, there's Jackson.
Come on.
Adios, Jackson. Robbie with the roll up. He did the same thing Ryan Burke did. Now both of them have tried and failed on the surprise roll up.
Cody Savior's still out of it. And speaking of the devil.
That's the cue for this match. Talk about a guy, and he'll show up.
Did you see the viciousness right there? He threw Robbie right into the ring post.
Remember, he took a beating for close to 5 minutes from both Robbie Starr and Ryan Burke.
I dare say, this kid's a little pissed off.
I think Robbie might be down for a couple of minutes. He hit face first right off that metal pole on the outside.
No, Robbie, he may go in the back because you know how he feels about his face.
He's probably not very happy about it. Burke now shot into the corner, and with a full head of steam, Cody Sabers ate some boot. Beautiful counter, though, the fire, or right with the power slam. Just kind of fired him up as he goes for the cover.
Yeah, it was no Virgil power slam, but it was all right.
Hey, man, let me hit you with my finisher. Virgil couldn't win a match against himself. Now Burke out to the outside, but it's not often that you see a guy go that far out and stay in control. Nice move by Burke from the outside in.
He's flying Ryan Burke, but they have kept him pretty grounded in this match.
Yeah, that move you just saw was really the only one that he's been able to get off from either the top or the outside.
And I thought maybe he was going to start getting on a roll there, but
quickly his roll was derailed by Jackson Argos. Jackson now with repeated kicks into the corner. You see Robbie Starr in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Of course, when you're in a four-way, do you think Ryan Burke probably had to change his total game plan? Because when you're in a four-way, the high-flying stuff really doesn't help you out a whole lot. All it does is put you at risk.
Well, it's that old saying, they call it high risk for a reason. And he's tried it just the one time. Otherwise, I've been really impressed with his ground game tonight. Argos right to the elbow drop, repeated.
And this is why I picked him. Look at him. He's like a well-oiled machine in there in the corner.
4 and now 5 right to the heart of Ryan Burke. And finally we get the answer to the question, where's Robbie Starr? Burke only able to muster a shoulder up at 2. Robbie seems angry as he comes back into the ring.
Because he got hit in the face. I told you what he feels about his face.
And he goes right to a little dancing, but I thought he was going to stay with a test of strength. Up high.
Oh, he just dropped him on his neck.
I think Jackson Argos is listed at 6'1". He might be closer to 5'10". Burke up top. High crossbody. Hooks the leg on his tag team partner. And he's just halfway from being the number 1 contender.
Even if Robbie Starr hadn't kicked out, Cody Sabers was there to break up the pinfall, so.
Sabers now lethal with those kicks. Seen this a time or two here in OCW.
He does have some educated feet.
Where he was going and ends with that neck breaker from behind. Robbie, nothing he can do. Just has to hope that Ryan Burke can kick out, and he eventually is able to. These 4 have taken turns just pretty much maiming one another.
Wow!
And they kick right to the midsection by Burke, and there you go. You asked, how effective can you be with these? He takes a risk, and at least for the moment, Cody Sabers makes him pay for it. What is going through the mind of Sabers, except for trying to make sure that Burke goes splat. Didn't work out, and here comes Argos again. He went a little low on that shot. Right to the throat the second time around. This is a vicious kid.
That's why he's my pick.
Now to the top he goes with Burke. Sabers on his way back up. This cannot end well for Ryan Burke. Robbie Starr's trying to decide.
I don't think Argos is letting Sabers up there.
I don't think he was either, but this is not going to end except for doom for everyone.
Unless you're Robbie Starr.
Unless you're Robbie Starr. He was able to take out all three.
Now he can just decide which one he wants to. Argo's rookie mistake there. He was going to the outside.
I think when he rolled in, he was
himself.
thinking, can I go pin one of those other guys? But he's in not a great position. If Robbie Starr goes up, he was set up perfectly for the moonsault. And snap suplex right on top of his tag team partner. He's not gonna try this on both of them. Well, he was. Just barely caught the end of it on Ryan Burke. Another smart move by Argos. Kind of messed up the time before, but he was able to get himself out of it.
Savior with them feet.
Wants to go to the top, looking to slice some bread, and down goes Robbie Starr. Argos. Everybody taking high impact moves, and Savior saves the match by rolling out. And the high bridge for Ryan Burke. Now just Robbie Starr and Jackson Argos throwing fists right in the center of the ring. That's what you want to see. You want to see these guys break down, really want to be the number one contender. Starr, great counter by Argos.
Oh, good night.
And he hits it, hooks the leg, 1, 2.
I told you,
and
McCormick,
3.
don't ever doubt me.
Jackson Argos is the number one contender to the OCW Championship, currently held by the Dark Star Matt Taylor.
120 pounds, from Detroit, Michigan, Bulletproof Brandon Edwards, and Austin Mannix. They are the team of the Dirty.
Two guys who have recently become a part of OCW as a team, the Dirty. They want to end the shot that Matt Taylor has at becoming a double champion here in OCW, and they've got their chance tonight if they can win this match and advance in the tag title tournament.
They are by far one of the hottest tag teams on the independent scene today. Bulletproof Brandon Edwards, the one-man militia Austin Mannix, and they're facing two guys that they are very familiar with tonight.
This is interesting because you look at this and you see the other side of it. Orlando Christopher, who's going to come out here with Matt Taylor in a second, partners for tonight. To my knowledge, have not been partners in the past, but Orlando Christopher's a guy who, like Matt Taylor, other promotions throughout the Midwest, very familiar with the Dirty. Like I said, these two guys, Orlando Christopher and the OCW champion, Matt Taylor, no stranger to one another, no stranger to the two guys in the ring, and I have to imagine they might have a couple of hiccups with being a first-time team, but they're kind of joined in their hatred of the Dirty.
Yeah, but that chemistry isn't there like there is with the Dirty. The Dirty, they're like brothers. They know each other inside and out. Like you said, this is the first time these two guys have tagged together, Orlando Christopher and Matt Taylor, although they both have had their run-ins with the Dirty up and down the independent scene. And for anybody who's never seen Orlando Christopher before, let me tell you, keep your eyes on this guy. He is like a daredevil in and outside that ring.
And what's interesting about him for me is that not only is he a daredevil, but he's become much smarter. He talks about, and we've had him on our podcast, where when he mentions his earlier days, a couple of different monikers, and about how he took unnecessary risks. Now when he takes the risks, it's more of...
Oh, they're calculated.
They're exactly calculated, and they're big, and he'll need that if he's going to knock off two guys who, well, at one point he was riding up and down the road with, in Austin Mannix and Brandon Edwards.
Austin Mannix is looking jacked, is he not?
Yeah, there's something in that water up there. And immediately, the fans pointing out that they are not big fans of the state up north.
And nobody's big fans of these fans.
And it's probably going to make the Dirty kind of more angry, I should say, at Matt Taylor. Look at the colors that the OCW champion has on.
It's like poking a bear with a stick. Is that a good idea?
I mean, if you're Matt Taylor and you can back it up, and you've been the OCW champion for as long as he has, I think you can get away with it. If it was you, probably not. The official checking out to make sure that Mannix, the one-man militia, is not carrying any kind of extra ammo, if you will.
He does have two guns with him.
And he's got a bazooka on the other side of the ring with him. See what these two... Well, I guess I'll wait till Mr. Mannix's figure is finally done undressing the fans out here.
About ready to go out there and smack the taste out of one of the mouths.
That'll go viral in no time.
Probably knock out the one tooth that got left.
Wow. I hope that when we return to this arena in Akron on the 22nd of April that someone takes umbrance with you about that phrase.
Takes what?
Takes issue? Read
Why
a
did you
dictionary.
say that?
Read a dictionary once in a while.
Nobody watching this knows what umbrous means.
Improve your vocabulary. Christopher,
Improve your face.
in charge early. Now he'll tag in the champion, Matt Taylor.
These guys went one-on-one last month.
Taylor's
2
another
months
one.
ago. I'm sorry. It was in November, was it not?
Taylor's another one, yes, at the Thanksgiving show. But don't sleep on him because we've seen he can put your lights out in a hurry. Now he's
Matt Taylor's going to regret this.
going for the innovative way to start the clapping chant. It's one way to do it if you're the Dark Star. And the tag team wrestling, at least early.
Everybody thinks Matt Taylor's this great guy, but right there, come on, he's a jerk. He's kind of a jerk.
That was smart tag team wrestling.
And speaking of jerks, here's Orlando Christopher.
I remember when you guys used to be on the same page.
Yeah, then I bought a new book.
In comes Bulletproof Brandon Edwards, and right down he goes. Orlando Christopher in charge of his former friend. And it's the non-traditional tag team that looks like they've been together for a while here early on. Now Edwards backed up into the corner. Not a guy in Matt Taylor you want to take those chops from. How fast he sent him across the ring. And the champion, now 17 years in the business, going strong. Trying to ask Brandon Edwards, hey, where do you think you're going?
Well, Brandon Edwards probably feeling like he is under fire right now.
This is say he's bulletproof right now. He's not punch-proof.
He's still standing though.
He might not be for very long. Taylor has been in charge this entire time. And beautiful floating suplex right in the center of the ring, but Edwards able to kick out at 2, but he's on the wrong half of the ring and can't find his partner. Taylor, however, is able to do it with no problem with Orlando Christopher, who's now got a full head of steam and kicks what used to be the beard of Brandon Edwards. Probably kicked it about halfway off his face.
Now you're in trouble.
Question how much of that was on instinct, and he was able to just, there you see, he might be missing a tooth or two. Fans firmly behind Orlando Christopher and Matt Taylor. They don't like the dirty one bit.
And this is part of the tag team tournament, is it not, Nicole?
Yes, it is. So we've had some good matches in this tournament to decide the new OCW Tag Team Champions.
Nothing fancy about Austin Mannix, is there?
No, just sheer brute force. And Orlando Christopher saying, hey, I got some of that for you. Just stomping away at the one-man militia. Oh! Effective as well. Cannonballs right into the corner. And it doesn't matter which member of the Dirty is in this match. Neither one has fared real well here in the last couple of minutes.
Total close fist.
Not even anything fancy about it. Just clubbing the face. And there's the... We talked about the Dirty earlier on. They've been together for a while. And down goes Mannix.
That barricade is getting a lot of work tonight.
Yes, it is. We've hit... If we're going all the way around, we've hit 2 of the 4 sides now. And Christopher now just trying to punish.
Brought Brandon Edwards in the hard way.
Edwards extended a hand. That seems more like it. Now shoots Christopher off the ropes, and he's back in charge of that side kick. A little acrobatic offense there.
Oh, not again!
Down goes Mannix again. He might be better served to just stay down for a couple of minutes.
All I know is when he gets up, he is going to be irate.
And he's not going to be thrilled about this either. Double drop kicks right to
I wouldn't be either. The
Brandon
referee
Edwards.
needs to get one of these guys out of the ring.
Well, one of them is going out, not the way you were talking about. But Taylor up and over, takes out Austin Mannix again. And look how far back that he's knocked that barricade. The folks in the front row are probably super nervous right now. What Taylor's?
I think Orlando hit Brandon on the outside on the opposite side.
Yeah, because now he's given up and he's said, hey, let's torture Austin Mannix for a while. I think he realized that Mannix was actually the legal man because you remember he was in and he kind of got back body dropped by his own partner. Mannix with the leg drop from Orlando Christopher, able to fight it off for just a 2 count. And it's amazing at this point that the Dirty is still in this one, given that the beating individually and now collectively is they've each taken.
It's not amazing because I'm telling you right now, these guys are a couple of legit badasses. There's not a bigger badass on the independent scene right now than Austin Mannix and Brandon Edwards.
I would dare say the guy across the ring is doing pretty well.
He's doing pretty well, but he's not the Dirty.
And the blind tag, Christopher never saw it. Now's your question. Why doesn't the official get Austin Mannix out of there? He's not legal. Right down goes Christopher in the center of the ring. The awkward cover from Brandon Edwards. Trying to explain to Matt Taylor that he did in fact make the tag, which in this instance is correct. And Christopher now is the heap in the center of the ring. As Edwards is so different with how he brings you his offense. He's so, for lack of a better term, he's so unorthodox. He's going to have a knee drop come at you, but it's going to be from such a different angle that I think you're used to that you look up and go, oh, he just got me 3 times.
And that's what makes him unique. That's what makes him something special here on the independents.
At least for now, he's used the smart way. Used tag team wrestling. The blind tag has put him back in control. Now into the wrong corner. Face first goes Orlando Christopher. He's just being beaten by the Dirty.
And I've seen that look on Austin's face before. He's about had enough.
Well, he's been thrown out on half the ring already. He's been slammed into barricades. He's been back body dropped inadvertently by his own partner. Now he's going to give the referee a bit of what for.
It would not surprise me if he just did not punch that ref right in the mouth.
It wasn't the ref, but it was Matt Taylor that he just took a shot and knocked to the floor. As you see in the corner, he goes for the cover. It was his partner who was throwing fists to Orlando Christopher while he was hung across the ropes. Just clubbing Orlando Christopher. It's been an effective strategy for Austin Mannix the last handful of years. Just try and club a guy until he quits.
I'm telling you, badass.
Well, he looks like it right now. As the Dirty trying to figure out.
Who would you rather not meet in the dark alley? Pretty Boy Matt Taylor and Orlando Christopher, or the Dirty?
I would prefer not to meet anyone in any dark alley. I don't know where you've been.
That's not
but
what it says in the men's room.
Well, stop writing that. Oh, Edwards. He just
look at that. That's some nice.
Oh, his foot's on the rope right in front of the official.
Well, the ref hasn't seen anything else tonight, so he figured, why not? Let's see what happens.
Now he's going to make sure of it. Taylor, right to the face of Orlando Christopher, and you see his hand held behind his body. I don't know that so much that wasn't just a twitch with as hard as he just got kicked in the face.
If he doesn't have a concussion,
I would believe it. Up and under he goes, able to save himself for now, but he crawled the wrong way. Back goes Edwards. This was the chance for Christopher to get to his corner and make the tag, but Austin Mannix put a stop to that. Sends the OCW champ all the way out to the floor. I gotta wonder how much of this maybe stems the animosity between Austin Mannix and Matt Taylor from the match they had a couple of months ago, where Mannix was so close but
And look,
couldn't get the job done.
Look at Orlando Christopher. He's all but out.
And right in the center of the ring, too. Edwards. Oh, no, he found a second wind. He'll fight him off, but the problem is, there you go.
He's in the ring with Brandon Edwards. That's the problem.
Well, the problem is that even if he had, he was on the wrong side of the ring. He was in the Dirty's half of the ring.
Got news for you, McCormick. When the Dirty's in the ring, it's all their ring.
Not only has Matt Taylor been out there for quite a long time, as Christopher has taken vicious suplexes like that for 5 or 6 minutes. Also, twice, Mannix has come over and punched him in the face and knocked him off the apron. Or done exactly that. It's not been a good time to be either Matt Taylor or Orlando Christopher here in the last handful of minutes. Now you don't want to be Mannix, jawbreaker. That might be the only thing that'll keep him from yelling at these fans. Up and over on the sunset flip. 1, 2.
And don't forget, don't let it get lost that the winner of this advances in the tournament for the OCW Tag Team Championships. Something that I'm sure the Dirty has their sights on is probably the only reason they showed up.
It's probably true. Well, that and to try and hurt people. There's that, too. Edwards up to the top. Christopher laying flat on his back in the middle of the ring. And they say Edwards was feeling froggy, but when he leaped, there was nobody there.
It looked like his wrist snapped back, too, when he hit that canvas.
Yeah, nothing went right for him there as Christopher tries to almost will himself into the corner. Able to crawl inch by inch. Oh, and he made the tag. Here comes the Dark Star with a full head of steam. And there goes Austin Mannix. Now goes Brandon Edwards as well. Both up and down. Taylor. That running single leg kick to the face. This usually signals the end. There's the super kick right to the face. Cover 1, 2. And Mannix able to recover to keep his team alive. Now he's not the legal man. Doesn't matter, I guess. Taylor will set him up with the suplex.
What was
Into
that?
the cross body. And he goes for the cover. What? What is that? Brandon Edwards just headbutted the official. How is that not a disqualification?
He didn't headbutt him. Trust me, if Brandon Edwards headbutted that guy, he'd be out.
Speaking of out, there goes Orlando Christopher.
He just kind of moved him out of the way. Gave him a little nudgy nudge.
You need to get your glasses checked. Oh, you
Doesn't matter because they were pinning the wrong guy anyway.
knee to the face, and unbeknownst to Brandon Edwards, the high back elbow from Orlando Christopher. And I think if Mannix is a kicker in the NFL, that's good from about 65. Taylor in control, but Edwards the legal man.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Austin's the legal man.
Oh, and he hit that big cutter from all the way across. Frog splash.
You're
1,
right. Edwards is the
2.
legal man. Definitely Edwards.
And he didn't get the cover to go. All sorts of things have broken down here.
I bet nobody knows who the legal man is at this point. Pretty sure that's why the ref's letting it go. He's lost track.
Last I checked, it was Edwards and Taylor. Doesn't matter. Christopher, what has he got? Oh, both down to the canvas, face first. And neither member of the Dirty really staying down for very long in this match.
Yeah, you can do all the fancy flips you want, but a punch in the mouth.
Yeah,
That'll take you right out every time.
That'll help. Christopher wants to go for the tornado DDT. I think he was thinking about trying to use Mannix as a springboard, and inadvertently Mannix helped him out when he shoved him off that jump. Not for long, though. Mannix up top. Christopher inadvertently kicked the official.
Stupid ref.
And down goes Orlando Christopher on that TKO. There's one man still on his feet. It's that guy, Matt Taylor. Up at the top. Double stomp to the back of the head. Unfortunately, I believe it's not the legal man. What? And wait, why? What is he doing here?
Letting the champ know.
What? Come on. What kind of number one contender is that? 1, 2, and 3. Are you serious? It's a great match, and that's how it comes to an end.
Told you that kid wanted.
So the Dirty
Advance.
move on here in the OCW Tag Title Tournament, but the man you see in the entryway with the OCW champion is not the champion of this promotion. He is, however, the number one contender in Jackson Argos, and I believe that might not have been the smartest thing the young Canadian has ever done, because now when he has to pay the piper and face Matt Taylor, pretty confident in telling you that the Dark Star is going to remember that.
Tell you what the Dark Star's not going to do. Be one half of the OCW Tag Team Champions.
Unfortunately, you're right. The Dirty move on.
I told everybody that Ohio was going to get a little northern exposure. Was I wrong? Am I ever wrong? No, because Jackson Argos came to Ohio, is going back to Calgary to recoup, and then I'll be back to win the OCW Championship, and I will make Ohio great. I will make Ohio more like Canada.
Well, we were supposed to have the start to this match, but Juice Jennings is, or to the next match, but Juice Jennings is, he's apparently not done with Chase Aarons. Of course, if you remember earlier on in this show, Chase Aarons beat Juice Jennings.
Yeah, this kid, told you, sure just gave him your milk money, kid.
This is not even a match or anything remotely close to that. This is just, Juice has been, he attacked Chase Aarons in the locker room, and now he brought him out here for that.
Yeah, kid, you should have just gave Juice some beer money and called it a night.
And what is Juice, what is he doing? Oh, no. We don't have, can we get some security to put a stop to this? He's just stealing chairs. He just stole the ring announcer's chair. We're supposed to have a match right now, not Juice Jennings assaulting Chase Aarons. What a sore loser this guy is.
Oh, how many times have we seen this?
This is not what you want to, right on the ankle, and now security finally putting a stop to it.
Nice knowing you, Chase Aarons.
There's no reason for this to happen.
There's all the reason in the world.
What a despicable human being. Now he's fighting security. Yeah, great guy Juice Jennings is.
Hey, sometimes when you need to get some respect, you gotta punch somebody in the mouth to get it. Sometimes you gotta break an ankle.
Despicable human being. Poor Chase Aarons after being carried to the back by security after being attacked from behind in the locker room by Juice Jennings. It's a horrible act by a guy who constantly claims that other people don't respect him.
What's up? I've been here for 4 years. That's my whole career. I've been in and out. Not too long ago, me and you fought. Yeah, you won that match, but you know what the difference between then and now is? I'm more experienced. I'm going to prove to you today why I belong here. And why you're going to put me here and stick me here.
From the Rio Grande Valley, Luis Perez.
So Louis Perez has got a couple issues with Sherman Tank.
He wants to prove he belongs.
What better way to do that than by taking on a guy who has been around for close to 20 years? He said these two have had their problems before, and he's right. But, Sherman Tank's taken on a lot of guys, and if you go back and look, that one happened in January 2015. They wrestled a handful of times since then, but the big one back in Dover for OCW, there's a good chance, if you can think of it, Sherman Tank's probably beat him along the way, and he's going to look to maybe add a little respect to his name here against Louis Perez. No surprise who the fans here at the OCW Arena are rooting for in this match. Sherman Tank, he's got his work cut out for him though too, because you can't discount Louis Perez in terms of he's motivated.
Not after what you saw back there.
You saw Tank's face with that promo right before this match came to an end that I don't think he really appreciated how Louis was talking to him, and
I don't think Louis cares. Louis's out to prove himself.
Tank, you can name a promotion. He's a good chance, and even here in OCW, he's held belts, and not just once or twice, a month here or there. This is a guy that when he sets his mind to something, he can accomplish it. And guys haven't been able to take belts off him for quite some time. He's one of the longest reigning heavyweight champions of this promotion, and think about that. Think about all the guys that have come through here, the guys that he defeated when he was the champ, and to get to that point.
But just like I said about Robbie Starr, he's the old guard. There's a new guard coming in. Guys like Louis Perez, guys like Jackson Argos, guys like Cody Savior. They want to be the next guys. They want to be them champions that nobody takes the belt off of. And the best way to do that and to get the respect that they want, the respect that they need, is to go toe-to-toe with these guys who've been here.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, that sounds all well and good, but the problem is you've still got to go through these guys. And saying things and doing things are not always the same. I mean, you see a big advantage for Tank when they lock up right in the middle in terms of power. Oh, Perez maybe learned a little bit, stepped on the toes of Sherman Tank to gain that advantage with a side headlock. There's the power. Tank says, no, that's not how this is going to go. And the big man in the middle just shaking his head. You're going to have to try something else if you're going to keep Sherman Tank down.
I'm sure Louis is going to throw everything at him, even the kitchen sink if need be.
Louis needs some longer arms, it would appear.
Yeah, that's the problem. The length of Louis' arms.
Oh, and Tank just threw him away. Louis, you got to imagine, I know he watches a ton of tape. He said, hey, I'm not walking right back into that. I don't know if he's trying to talk his way out of this. Getting hit in the face with a left hand from Sherman Tank is probably akin to being hit with a cinder block.
It's like Tank got busted open there on the bridge of his nose.
I think maybe Louis wants to be friends now. All right, well, sign of respect. Oh,
Louis telling him not everything is a trick, but this was.
Right back to the side headlock. And Tank, he fought out of it pretty easily the first time. Now shoots Louis off, and yeah, you're not going to win that. You're not going to win.
It's like running into a mountain.
It's not going to end well. Tank in the corner. You see the spot there in the corner that used to be Louis Perez. Right down on the scoop slam. And here comes Tank. And there goes Louis. Said, nope. I don't. Again, not the first time that these two have tangled.
I knew he could get out of there pretty quick. I mean, come on. You know his family. You know what I'm wanting at.
They're very nice people, from what I hear.
They're strong swimmers.
Tank wanted to go for that elbow drop.
Very good at climbing and jumping, too.
Tank now is openly promoting the count to Louis. Louis says, I apparently don't really care about the count.
Yeah, I think Louis is mad because he wasn't counting in Spanish.
These are the views of Ripper Blackheart, not necessarily anyone with common sense. Swing and a miss for Louis. Oh, and he did the smart thing.
I was going to say, how smart was Louis Perez right there?
Drop kick right to Tank's knee, and he's asking him, hey, Tank, what happened here? Smartest thing to do is say cut down a tree, start at the base.
Like earlier, on the back of that knee. Much like we saw in a previous match with the women there grinding the back of that knee into the mat.
Hey, he might not like it, but it's effective from Louis Perez. Tank with an open-handed slap, and Louis right back to the knee. And there you go. He went to the back of the knee this time.
But an open-hand slap from Tank, kind of like getting hit with a frying pan, is it not?
That's what I've heard. I feel like only one of us.
I can tell you
one of us would actually know.
I can tell you that yes, it is.
I figured that only one of us would have that answer. And the left knee has taken a ton of damage.
Louis Perez is being so smart right here. He has found a weakness on Tank, and he is going at it like a rabid dog.
Already the brace on Tank's left knee. And he's seen staggered out to the middle of the ring before the leg just gave out.
Well, that Louis kicked it.
Well, he started to give out right before Louis kicked him, and he just ended up flat on his face.
Now see what? Don't, Louis. Stay on the knee, Louis.
Oh, and he did. Look. Shifted half his body weight to where he was just standing right on top of Tank's left knee. And just a straight right hand to the back of Tank's head.
I think if Louis wants to win this, he's got to stay on that knee. You know, Tank's not known to submit, but come on, he's not even standing now. Work on that knee some more. Tank's smart enough to know.
Tank took a.
It's better to, you know, quit and fight another day.
Tank took a knee right to the face, almost right up near the temple from Louis, who is getting to that frustration point. And that's something where I don't know if you realize it when you're an opponent, but you get to that point with Tank where even inadvertently with what Louis is doing, he's starting to get in his head. A lot of people have made a lot of mistakes with Tank, and this could possibly be one of them. All the way up to the top, and nobody home. Not a lot Tank can do now. Both men being counted out by the official.
Louis has got to go back to his original game plan of taking the big man down, working on that knee. If Tank ain't going to give up, you make it to the point where the ref stops the match.
Well, he was about halfway there. So Tank able to kind of stuttered to his feet. He wasn't real clean on it. Able to hold himself up. You can see a lot of weight being shifted to his right leg from his left. Louis just punishing him with straight right hands and forearms. Oh, and he made a mistake. He got caught with a tank line. Tank not able to get a full set of power behind it. Did, however, get it with that one. Goes for the cover 1, 2. And like he said earlier,
he did the side slam. You know he wanted to do a spine buster, but I don't think the knee can hold up for it.
Well, he just signaled for it. So we'll see if he's able to get this one.
I don't know. I'd be surprised. He's been limping here for quite some time.
Let's Louis' momentum do a lot of the work. Tank up and
told you. I told you, McCormick.
Wasn't able to plant and flip him across. And Louis went back to what he did earlier on. Right back to that left knee.
He should be putting him in a figure 4. He should be doing some half crabs.
He's going to go for that running knee to the face. Tank goes with the roll up. Hooks the legs and comes up with a 3 count. So Sherman Tank, despite the fact that 80% of this match was not really able to stand upright, kind of outsmarts the young buck and is able to come up with a win.
Louis Perez, you got to be smarter, son. You got to be smarter.
See Tank there not in the best shape. Louis in the background despondent. Cannot believe that he kind of let one slip away here at Love Hurts. Tank still barely able. Oh, and the match is over. You lost. What a sore loser Louis Perez is. Couldn't get it done during the bell, so now he's going to attack an injured man after the match. There's still the referee to check on him. What does he carry? Okay.
Louis, why are you still there? Run.
He's not going to be running far. A big left hand from Tank as he evens the score. Actually, he's up 2-0 because he came up with a win.
There's some raw potential there with Louis Perez.
He has no...
Go do it, Louis. Go to the back.
I think that there might be something a little more personal with this that we don't know about. Because Perez does not want to give this up with fighting with Tank tonight.
Some of these young guys, they let pride get in the way of common sense.
Tank says, come on, let's do this. I think Louis might have finally found out that it's smart just to go to the back. Maybe the smartest thing he's done to finally just walk himself to the back and live to fight another day. There's your winner right there, Sherman Tank. So it's been a while since we've seen Joey Rogers. He had a little bit more of a vengeance the last time he was around here in OCW, but using his own name and hey, still, he's got a lot of fans here in OCW, and he's got an opportunity to knock off the longest reigning Ohio Heritage Champion in OCW history in Jimmy Shane. Not only that.
What happened to the side of Joey's head?
That's the style nowadays.
That style?
Go look at your face. You wouldn't know anything about it.
And the champion, making his way to the ring from Backstreet, USA, he is the OCW Ohio Heritage Champion, No Shame, Jimmy Shane.
Jimmy Shane, number 25 on my favorite wrestlers list.
Oh, he's moved up. He used to be in the 60s.
Well, that's before he was the champion for 700 days.
And a Winion?
Uh-huh.
Before he became a Winion?
Uh-huh.
He had some not nice things to say at the start of this show about his former best friend.
How lame was Joey Rogers trying to diss on poor Jimmy Shane for playing football? Listen here. How many guys you know in professional wrestling started in football? You got Lex Luger. You got Wahoo McDaniel. You got Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Just to name a few.
How many guys do you know that were just straight wrestlers and that's all they wanted to do for their whole lives and it turned out pretty well? How about Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, how's he doing now?
How about Christopher Daniels?
I like him.
How about a guy named AJ Styles?
That guy's on fire.
Worked out all well for them. And you know what's funny is,
but here's the thing.
All those guys, these two,
they're all better
grew
than
up fans of.
Yeah, and they're all better than Joey Rogers.
Well, that remains to be seen, both.
And you know who else is better than Joey Rogers? Jimmy Shane, because he's standing there with the belt.
Both of them. Again, this goes a heck of a lot deeper than just the OCW Heritage title. We talked about it, and they talked about it during the first edition of Ripper's Rants here in OCW.
It's the Ripper's Ring.
Hopefully it's the last one of those. It didn't draw real well with the ratings. But it goes so much deeper, these two. You heard their issues. They grew up together, came up in the business together, both trained by Jeff Cannon. Both have had different paths to where they are right now. Talk about Jimmy Shane, and he's made no secret of it. Goes from being a cameraman and paying his dues, and he feels maybe Joey Rogers didn't have to pay as many dues as he did.
Well, and Joey left. Joey left him high and dry.
Joey's done very well for himself wrestling through the Carolinas. These two have been up and down the road together, and see if they can settle their issues.
It's bad enough he couldn't wait on his best friend to join him so they could share the dream together. But once Jimmy Shane finally breaks into the business, it ain't but a couple years, Joey says, "See you later, pal."
How can you hate on a guy for following his dream and following his own path? Sometimes in life, people take different paths. Rogers took one that led him away from Ohio. And again, he's been very successful. And look, he's not going to get in the car and just go anywhere. Makes a trip back. And what if he walks out tonight as the OCW Heritage Champ? What if he ends Jimmy Shane's 700-day streak?
I don't see that happening.
Well, right now he's in control. Goes for the pin. 1-2 out of that crucifix.
And you know why? I don't see
a beautiful drop kick from Joey.
Jimmy Shane's a winner.
Well, the hardest thing to do is to beat your friends. Because who knows you better than the guys that you came up with? And I don't think that the taste in the mouth of Jimmy Shane, as Joey Rogers asked him, "Hey, how's my boot taste?" is probably his favorite thing.
I would have told him it tastes like hot dogs.
Which I hear are quite delicious.
Rosy hot dogs.
That obviously being a reference to the handful of times that Joey was on TV up north. Hey, however you have to get your foot in the door. And that's been Joey Rogers' entire point. I did what I had to do to get noticed, to get my foot in the door, and that foot right back in the mouth of Jimmy Shane.
He's going to have to do a lot more than what he had to do to take this title away from Jimmy Shane. Jimmy Shane lives for this title. Nothing he loves more than being referred to as the Ohio Heritage Champion.
Well, imagine what would happen. He'd probably sit alone in a closet crying if Joey was able to take this belt away from him tonight. Backs him into the corner, and offensively, most of this.
How disrespectful.
Most of this match has been led by the returning Piranha.
Joey Rogers ain't nothing but a punk. It's a punk move.
Oh, Jimmy trying to break off the left arm of his former best friend. And right back into the corner. There you see. I think, I don't know so much that maybe he wants to win this match as he wants to prove to Joey Rogers, hey, I really am better than you.
Yeah, that's not just a title on the line, McCormick. There's pride on the line when it comes to Jimmy Shane. He wants to show Joey Rogers that he is not the second banana to him. He is the man now.
Well, they better watch out because Joey Rogers is about to kick his head off. Now Joey, and he realized it the third time. Could not avoid the stomp, though, was the OCW Heritage Champ as he powders out to the floor.
And you saw that little slap Joey did to poor Jimmy. Jimmy wants some respect.
And he gets the lack of respect right up to the chest and the running it in the leg right to the midsection. Oh, and a chop as well. It's a weird mix between these two of personal and about this belt. It's, like you said, so much less about the belt and what's. I don't know that it matters. These two just want to fight and say, hey, I'm in every way I'm better than you.
It's not even just a fight. It's Jimmy wants to show Joey that, yeah, you may have went that route and you've been here and you've done that, but I've been here. And you're here now. And when you're here, I'm the man. You're the other guy.
So far, this is again pretty much been all of Joey's doing. He's had Jimmy playing on his heels the entire time, minus a couple of moves here or there from Jimmy to sort of save himself now as he tries to take a timeout. Just suckered in the challenger.
I'm telling you, see, Jimmy Shane's not just a pretty face. He's got stuff going on up there.
A full head of steam as he had control for a split second. Joey now. Oh! Spear. He almost broke Joey in half. Goes for the cover.
Have you ever seen Jimmy Shane do a spear before?
I cannot say that I have.
He is going deep into his bags of tricks tonight.
The 23rd best friend is doing all right now. He's both trying to control this match and mocking Joey Rogers at the same time. Joey able to fight back to his feet momentarily. In the 700-day reign of Jimmy Shane, this might be one of his biggest challenges. There are not a lot of matches that he's had that were anything other during this reign of, hey, I want to be the guy to end your streak. Now, with being personal and trying to defend your belt, maybe you take some chances to try and stay away from, hey, this guy knows everything that I know that you wouldn't normally take. So Rogers backed into the corner, and it's a normal Jimmy Shane idea. course, in true Ripper speak, telling the official, hey, I have till 5.
He does. He has
Oh.
1 through 4 to do whatever he wants.
That's
And there's a
Slappy
little-
referenced.
Yeah, keep the receipt.
Right into the face of the challenger. And he went and made a mistake all the way up to the top. Jimmy bounced him right off the top with the running foot.
See, here's the thing. We talked about respect before. I don't think Joey has ever respected Jimmy. I think he looks past Jimmy. I think he came in here thinking he was just going to blow on by Jimmy, take that belt back to the Carolinas with him. It
I
wasn't
don't
going
think
to be a
that's true at
challenge
all, actually. I can attest to the fact that he had a tremendous amount of respect for his former best friend. Still
But
only
he
a 2
doesn't
count. Look at
think-
him wagging the finger now.
There's no Joey Rogers does not think Jimmy Shane is on the same level as him. He never has. And before tonight, I would have said he never will. But I guarantee you by the end of the night, he's going to know that he's not on Jimmy Shane's level.
Jimmy Shane is the guy who comes out and tells you no one else is on his level. I think he's become much more vicious in the last couple of minutes as the champ.
That's probably, once again, like we said, because it's so personal.
You heard him say earlier, I'm in the main event where I belong, and I'm going to try and not only hurt you, but put on a show. And he might have, looks like maybe the upper on the left eye, he might have even got Joey with a couple of shots. You see a little bit of a shiner. Just trying to get him to tap out. Great ring positioning by Jimmy Shane. Joey, though, able to break away from it.
Is he going for a sharpshooter?
No, I think he's going for more of the lion tamer. Look at the knees right in the center of the back as he was twisting Jimmy like a pretzel, which I believe they have here at the OCW Arena, if you're coming on April 22nd. That's going to be a big night. Tradition 14, the 14th anniversary of OCW, and there's
Always
one thing
a
you
big
know, that's going to be a terrific show. And there's nothing better going on that night as a beautiful move by Rogers. Sent Jimmy all the way into the corner. And he kind of used Jimmy as a springboard. Well, here come again. Full head of steam. One with the feet one time, one with the arm the next, or the fist the next time.
If Joey Rogers wants to win this match, he better keep his foot on the gas pedal like he is right now. Do not give Jimmy a second to breathe.
It appears he's doing about $110 right now. I don't think that's legal in Akron, but he had a different thought process. And he did worse for wear on Jimmy.
Viciously, just his throat right into the top rope.
It's not a big secret what's under there. It's not anything soft. It's a nice neck breaker by Jimmy as well. Went with a float over, hooks the leg, 1-2. It's still only a 2, and you see the left-handed Joey Rogers say, nope, not this time. Jimmy's going to have to pull out something big here. He's just staring at the turnbuckle. Not a lot of high flying in Jimmy's arsenal.
I think he's about to add some high flying to the arsenal.
Again, just caught him with the shoulder across. Goes for the cover, didn't hook the leg. Only a 2 count, but that's what I was talking about earlier.
That's probably what cost him right there, not hooking that leg.
You take chances that you wouldn't normally take. So now Joey trying to fight back to his feet after he had his own flurry of offense just moments ago. Into the corner looking for the Rough Rider, Bronco Buster, right onto the top. And I've always thought that move is not only effective because you basically run full speed. Here comes Juice Jennings, but it's also kind of personal. It's up to the corner. Rogers, Jimmy nowhere to go but down on the power bomb. And why is Juice Jennings out here?
He's out here to support his buddy, his friend, his tag team partner.
So Juice Jennings brings an interesting element because you heard it referenced earlier on by Jimmy Shane. The Saturday Night Slam Masters all across the Midwest Atlantic region with Juice Jennings, Joey Rogers. Other side of that, Jimmy Shane, after Joey quote-unquote left him high and dry, he became a party crasher with Juice Jennings. Gotta believe at this point, though, based on what we saw earlier, is
Jimmy getting tired, too. There was not much behind that punch he threw. That's why I think he resorted to the knees.
Oh, and Juice took off running as Joey came up over top.
He fell on the ramp.
Now back. See how long Juice stays out of it. Jimmy with Joey up over top. Oh, the backdrop, and there's only one thing to break Jimmy's fall. All of Juice Jennings.
What a power. That's friendship right there.
I don't think that he would have done it if he'd had a chance to move.
Come on, that's totally why he was there.
So both of the party crashers down on the floor, and see what do you think Joey's thinking about here? I think he's got a bad intention. Up and over! Takes out both of his former friends. The only problem right now for the Piranha Joey Rogers is, well, he's got two, really. You can't win the belt outside via count out. And if he wants to get Jimmy inside, he's probably going to have to try and carry him in. Luckily for him, Jimmy able to get up to his feet. And Joey's in firm control here with a chance to put this one away and end Jimmy's 700-day reign. All the way up to the top goes Joey Rogers. Frog splash. That's got to be it. Hook the leg. 1, 2.
No!
Wow.
The will of Jimmy Shane will not let him lose that Ohio Heritage title.
Just moments ago, these two were slugging it out in the center of the ring. And you said, where did Jimmy get that? He didn't have enough to really even throw his punches. There you see, kind of another weak right hand. Where did he get the ability within himself to even kick out?
I'm telling you what this title means, and respect. This match is about respect, I think, for Jimmy Shane.
Jimmy's got him up in the fireman's carry. Oh, he throws him right back down. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And now it's Joey who kicks out. And again, immediately, every time that he is kicked out in this match, he's wagged that finger as if to say, nope, nope, not right now. That's what we've come to expect in the main event here in OCW shows. I wonder what's going through Jimmy's head now, as he's thinking, all right, I've tried a handful of things that have helped me keep this belt for 700 days. What do I got to go to now? It's always a good option. Well scouted. And kick right to the midsection by Joey. Double underhook. Oh, and he pedigreed him. I feel like that one's won a couple matches. Goes for the cover. 1, 2.
Not enough, not enough.
Look how close the official's hand was.
Much like Jimmy earlier, not hooking that leg, going to cost him every time.
Can't even properly explain that. That'd be like 2.95. Let's see. Which man is going to be able to put an end to his opponent? Juice. Oh! Adios, Juice. Oh, and Joey right into the official. Grabbed right by. Oh! Jimmy goes for the cover now. 1, 2, and 3. And at just that momentary distraction.
You know what tomorrow's going to be? 7:01.
So the OCW Heritage Champion remains Jimmy Shane.
Who's now my 20th favorite wrestler.
I got to imagine that by the time that we come back here again on the 22nd of April for Tradition 14, that he's going to have a little bit of time to recover, and he's going to need that time to recover. As now Juice just gloating over his former tag team partner. It was Jimmy who did the work and used a momentary lapse to his advantage. Ooh, and I asked you this earlier. What happens if Juice wants to be that champ? Maybe we find out. But at least for right now, as now the Party Crashers are squaring off, it is Jimmy Shane who remains the OCW Heritage Champ. That would be an interesting one. Joey is not going to let this one end. Jumping knee right to the face.
Talk about sore losers.
He's not going to let these guys get the better of him. Down goes both Party Crashers, and that was just a wicked shot to the face.
How's this any different from Jackson Argos' actions earlier tonight?
Well, the answer is that Joey Rogers is still on his feet, and he's going to end this show as the only guy being able to say that. Jimmy Shane's the winner. He doesn't look like one right now. As we thank you so much for watching Love Hurts here, brought to you by OCW. Joey Rogers comes back with a vengeance, and he will walk out still standing.